Yeah, I think so. The reality is, after 26 years of racing and 15 of those in Formula One, I thought that it was time to try and stop. But what I realised is I missed the adrenaline of competition. And what really got me interested again was I went to 2 of the DTM races last year. And the last one in Hockenheim, the racing was so good, so close and exciting that after that I spoke with Norbert and asked if I could make a test. Yeah, some people have asked why look at DTM rather than other forms of open wheel racing, but the reality is I've been to several of the races. I know it's a very competitive championship. I have a long relationship with Mercedes that goes back to Formula One. We were 7 years together there. So there's many reasons that really appeal to me about the DTM racing. And obviously I know that it's a mountain for me to climb. It's a completely new championship and a lot to learn, but I'm excited by that. Well, the first time I drove the car in Spain, I had no idea what to expect, and the biggest surprise for me was the level of downforce the car has in high-speed corners. And I think that you tend to look at touring cars and think that they don't really have any downforce, and this is the case with ITC or British touring cars. But a DTM car has a huge amount of aerodynamic underneath the car, and couple that together with a powerful V8, and you have a really good performance. You know, it's similar to Euro F3. I think there's probably areas at low speed where the DTM is quicker than a Formula One car, because mechanically it has very good performance. But of course, acceleration, it's a heavier car, less horsepower, and it doesn't have the performance in the high-speed corners. But nonetheless, it's in terms of power to weight and everything, it's a very impressive car to drive. Well, if I'm able to do a good enough job to have the chance to race the car, then my expectation would be just to learn in the first year. And to work with a Euro car and to get up to speed with the big challenge of DTM. And obviously there's a number of drivers who are very experienced, been in the championship for many years, and this would be a case of really learning and starting my career again in many ways, because it's a completely different form of racing. But that's a challenge which is exciting, so I'm looking forward to that. I think the difficulty for Formula One guys coming back down to a DTM or a touring car is that the level of grip and performance is much less. So in a Grand Prix car you tend to be quite aggressive with the brake, quite aggressive with the throttle, because you have so much grip available. Where here you have to be a lot more finesse, a lot more gentle on the brake and the throttle. And this is something that takes time to adapt to.